WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Katie Cook. At his daily briefing, Governor Andy Beshear announced 202 new confirmed COVID-19 cases and 3 new coronavirus-related deaths. Those numbers do not break daily records, but officials say they show we are still in the middle of this pandemic. Shelby Smithson explains why today the governor focused more on the first phase of opening the state back up.
Tomorrow is the first day since this virus hit that, as opposed to adding restrictions, we are reopening some areas.
It's phase 1 of reopening health care. It's aimed at services like dental care, chiropractic services, and physical therapy.
This is a more controlled environment to start and to learn from. Those in our healthcare industry have better access to PPE, which is important. They are trained to better protect themselves from the spread of the virus, and they give us an opportunity to both have a model in how we do it, but to also gauge very early in how well we're doing it.
Now, when these offices open back up, it will be with new guidelines like screening both workers and patients for temperature and symptoms of COVID-19, planning for enhanced sanitizing, and everyone wearing masks.
And if you can't meet the guidelines, you can't reopen.
And it doesn't apply to long-term care facilities, prisons, or elective surgeries. While some question why the state is moving into reopening phases before reaching all the benchmarks Governor Beshear laid out previously, Beshear and health officials say it's a balance between keeping the public safe and allowing them to get the services they need.
None of us have ever had to reopen an economy during a worldwide pandemic before. And so we're going to do the best we can.
At the state capitol, Shelby Smithson, WKYT.
Also tomorrow, Governor Beshear said he'd talk more in detail about future phases of reopening, including dates of when he thinks that might happen. And new cases of the novel coronavirus were confirmed in eastern Kentucky this weekend. The Pike County Health Department confirmed 3 new cases of COVID-19 on Sunday. The patients are a 23-year-old woman, a 74-year-old woman, and a 77-year-old man. All of the patients are at home in self-isolation at this time. And in Letcher County, health officials from the Kentucky River District Health Department confirmed 1 new case today. Health officials did not confirm any details about the age or gender of the patient, but are working to figure out who the patient recently came in contact with. They say he or she was tested at the Kroger testing event in Pikeville. Now, this is Letcher County's 2nd confirmed case of the virus, and for more information on these cases and others in the area, you can head over to our website, WYMT.com.
Well, those showers are just almost out of here, but a few of us still seeing some soggy weather this evening, especially if you are down towards the southeast border. Here we are at the University of Virginia into Wise County, and you can see the little drops of rain hitting the camera lens there, as they've been seeing showers pretty much all evening, and they're still seeing them. And they're really going to be pretty much the last probably people to see these leave, so they're actually going to probably hold on to these showers a little bit longer than the rest of us. You can see on satellite radar over the past couple of hours, these showers have really pushed out of our region, and they've been moving towards the southeast, so they're actually moving away, and the north is now pretty dry, but over towards that Virginia border we are still seeing a few showers, and temperatures are continuing to drop. Pretty much all of us now in those mid 40s as we head into tonight, and they're only going to drop colder as we head into those overnight hours, as we do still have these winds coming out of the north, and that's bringing all that cold air from the north and really just placing it into our region. So it's going to be a little bit of a cool night ahead of us, but we'll see plenty of sunshine tomorrow, and it'll really allow us to warm up, and temperatures are only going to continue to warm up from there. Katie?
All right, thank you, Brooke. A state representative candidate is accused of driving under the influence. Montea Monday is a Republican running for a seat in the 88th District. Officials say she crashed her car in Madison County Saturday night. An arrest citation states Monday was incoherent and said someone hit her car, but she did not know exactly what happened. When asked to take a field sobriety test, troopers say she would not listen to instructions and was then taken to the Madison County Detention Center. Center. Now, since then, she has been released. Starting today, all Kroger employees are required to wear face masks. Previously, only certain departments were required to wear the masks, but now they are mandatory for all employees. Kroger has taken other measures to ensure safety during the COVID-19 outbreak, including limiting the number of customers in its stores and adding plexiglass shields at checkout lanes. And Papa John's founder, John Schnatter, is donating $1 million to help small businesses in America. The John H. Schnatter Family Foundation is distributing funds to nonprofit groups focusing on economic recovery and donating to some small business owners directly. Schnatter's foundation will also be creating a new website offering custom merchandise that can be purchased benefiting his charity. Well, a woman named Sheila Thornsberry spent nearly 23 days in the hospital after testing positive for COVID-19. 18 of those days were spent on a ventilator. Sheila says a physician's assistant first thought it was a sinus infection, but quickly realized it was much worse. She walked out of Baptist Health in Lexington on Friday to a crowd of applause and cheers. Karen Sandlin, her sister-in-law, says she still has a long road to a full recovery.
She has a long road ahead of her. I think that it'll be almost 3 months before they expect her to make a full recovery just from being on the vent and her muscles, deteriorating from not moving.
Sandlin says she is very excited to be home and to see her kids and husband after this long health battle. As many churches find unique ways to hold services during the coronavirus pandemic, Millstone Missionary Baptist Church in Letcher County found a way to help cheer up their pastor as he preaches his sermons virtually. WYMT's Dakota Makris explains what this idea is.
All around, there is an empty church.
I've never known of our church doors to be closed.
And now these notes are filling the space. And for Pastor Bill Kraft, it is challenging.
But particularly difficult for Papa. And on any given Sunday, he can look out over the congregation and he can tell you who's here and who's not.
To help cheer him up, his granddaughter and church members got to work.
For Easter service, we'd like to fill the pews with your love letters to Papa, to the Lord, to our church. And it was beautiful.
And seeing those notes of encouragement and support.
That thrills me to think about it. We miss our people. That's just like a family. It's just a family.
They walk side by side, reading the notes, imagining the memories of those who once filled the pews, hoping soon they can have service in person again. In Letcher County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the family spent a couple days getting notes in from church members, and 5 family members helped to hang the signs on the pews. The Pikeville Panthers football team had a season to remember, from having a perfect 14-0 season to becoming 1A state champions. On Sunday afternoon, they celebrated the season to remember by hosting a drive-in ring ceremony at the Pikeville Farmers Market. Each player arrived in 5-minute increments and, of course, stayed 5 feet apart. Each player received their ring and got to take pictures with the state trophy. Senior wide receiver Jackson Hensley says amid everything that's going on, this is exactly the closure he needed.
I mean, obviously it's a great feeling, but it won't compare to the feeling of winning the game. And but it's good to finally get this after being at home. It's unfortunate that we have to miss graduation and prom and that kind of stuff, baseball season. But winning this really, I mean, I feel closure with my senior year, so I don't feel like I missed out on anything.
And Hensley says the ring fit his finger perfectly. Well, many people are adopting dogs and cats, and it might be the perfect time to do so while many people are working from home and can give new pets the type of care and attention they need. Megan James talked to the Lexington Humane Society about the increase in adoptions.
During this time that we are healthy at home, it's the perfect opportunity to adopt a furry friend into your forever family.
We have so much going on out in the world, and when we are at home with our pets like we're supposed to be right now, it allows us to get to know them. It allows them to get to know us, our personality, our routines, everything that they will learn to love in the future.
Eventually, things will change as we return to normal. But the Lexington Humane Society hopes that you make the choice to keep your new family member around.
always want this perfect match to be a forever match for your family. And we aren't anticipating a whole lot of returns. We have lots of different resources for pet owners,
like their pet food pantry. And soon, they will also have lots of kittens.
We are starting to see kittens come in, so everyone always loves to see little small babies come in. So we're relying on our foster parents even more right now. We have over half of our adoptable animals in foster homes right now, and those guys are helping us find homes for all of the foster animals.
If you're interested in adopting or fostering, the Lexington Humane Society has several dogs, cats, and other small animals on their website for you to browse. In Lexington, Megan James, WKYT.
The Lexington Humane Society is doing adoptions by appointment, so if you know you're interested in a particular animal, make sure you schedule one. Coming up on Mountain News Weekend Edition, how the uncertainty of this year's college football season stands to threaten athletic programs.
And much of the rain may be gone, but the cold temperatures remain. I'll let you know how cold we'll get tonight next.